That's a lot of shit. Oh my. Alright, so I have just downloaded a game called Belong, and I don't know anything about it. It was just the first game that appeared when I looked up free visual novels, so hopefully we'll get some good romance and cuteness, and I'll be happy. Start. Right? Yeah. Enter? There we go. The confession booth is dimly lit and humid. You're sitting inside, feeling sweat forming on your forehead. Your hands curl on your knees, and you inhale deeply. The voice behind the other side is low, yet welcoming as he says a prayer. Welcome, my child. Oop, I didn't mean to, I want that to be smaller. And I want to make sure that I can see chat in case anything is said. There we go. Go back to being small. There we go. I'll just have to drag it to see chat, I guess. Oh my. Is there an easier way to do this? I wish I could make the game. There we go. Now I can stretch that a little, shrink that. And I'm all good. I should be able to see everything now. Is it going? Ah! What did I just do? Oh no. Yes, I'm sure I want to quit. Alright, I'm just gonna redo all of that now that I have everything more set in place. Belong.exe has stopped working. Oh my. Of course it has. Oh no. Things can never just work out easily for me, huh? Belong. Look it up again. Open it up. Let's see. Open. Open. Yes. Yes, yes. No. Cancel. Open. Yes. Run it. And hopefully I won't run into any issues again. Please work. Please bless me. There we go. Cool. Start. The confession booth is dimly lit and humid. You're sitting inside feeling sweat forming on your forehead. Your hands curl on your knees and you inhale deeply. The voice behind the other side is low, yet welcoming as he says a prayer. Welcome, my child. You gulp, and your lips etch into a thin line. Is this confession really necessary for a trivial matter? Not that you can just leave right now. Perhaps it's easier to confess if you pretend you're here for your friend instead. For a friend, be yourself. Just be yourself? No, it doesn't feel right. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Go on. You recall what happened earlier, that your peers had called you. Adamant, worrywart, flippant, selfish, sarcastic, two-faced? Oh my. I guess I worry about people a lot. It'll go with a worrywart. You gulp and exhale a sigh. A certain thing keeps filling up your thoughts. Anxiety. Oh god, this sounds like my real life. You had spilled your perpetual worries to your best friend, Vita, yesterday, and it didn't go well. Yesterday, my best friend, Vita, snapped at me. I was telling them about my worries as usual. I guess Vita got tired of hearing my ramblings. Oh god, this is so me right now. Is that what Vita told you? No, however it felt like it. Best friends are supposed to understand each other. Married couples get into fights sometimes too. Naturally, it is the same for best friends. While your assumptions may be right, they may also be wrong. You may want to talk it out with your best friend and be on the same page. The both of you continue as you reflect on his counsel. At long last, the confessional is over. Go in peace to love and serve the Lord. I literally have no idea what this is. I downloaded the first game that looked interesting to me, just by looking at the title. You step out of the confession room, your heart feeling lighter, your eyes adjust to the morning light, and falls on Father. Well done, my child. I hope the session has aided you. A smile etches across your lips. Talking to your parents about this certainly helped, especially when he's both your father and father. Oh, okay. Although, you would prefer if he had done it in a more normal way. I am no longer a child, Father. I am a grown... Lady, man, adult. Lady. Lady. He chuckles and closes his eyes. In my eyes, you're always my child. You're about to retort that his eyes are not even open when a familiar voice fills the cathedral. You exhale, and a smile graces your lips. You turn to the voice. Not that you need to see her to know who she is. Vita. Vita calls out your name. Oh. Okay. Lyra. Lyra! And hello, Father Louis. Hello, Vita. Pardon me as I tend to my mushrooms, Lyra. You give a nod to your father, thankful for the privacy and encouragement. He strides off to the backyard, and your attention shifts back to your visitor. In the distance, Vita waves energetically. Your eyes adjust to her bright smile and equally bright mouth. What? Let's go, Lyra. And I see you're ready as always. Of course you're already changed. You're always 3 steps ahead. Okay, that part does not sound like me. However, you weren't expecting Vita to fetch you, especially after the recent squabble. Vita, hold on and let me get my bag. Hurry, or I'll inform our team that one of our precious members has been kidnapped by the Cookie Monster. What the fuck? Really? Come on, it's been years ago. Let that rest. Chop chop now, Lyra. Fine, fine. Just wait here. She flops down on one of the seats and presses on an imaginary stopwatch. Your time starts now. You spot your bag on your desk, zipped and ready to go. As you're about to grab it, you look down the window. Your father is watering the mushrooms. I hate mushrooms with such a passion. He looks up, wiping his sweat with his gloves. You had stopped staring before he could notice you. As you put on your shoes, you noticed your father's worn-out coat on the coat hanger. It's been a while since he got himself new clothes. He has always been humble and kind. Never once had he complained about anything. Be it bad weather, bills, and your schooling fees, even though you're not his child by blood. Oh. Perhaps you can take up a part-time job to purchase a new coat for him. You sure took your time. Thank you for your patience as always, Vita. Clicking her imaginary stopwatch, she stands up. Right, let's go. Why doesn't she have a design? I want to see that. Silence hangs in the tense air. The smile Vita offered disappeared. Say, are you free to hang out after hockey? Again, Vita is bringing up the gap on both of your behalf. Hesitation holds your tongue. Vita seems to feel for you. Hey, I'm not timing you this time. You can let me know after the practice, you know. Thank you, Vita. Vita orders as you flop down to your usual seat. The hockey sticks lean against the glass panel window. You close your eyes, your mind recalling the confession room. Ignoring the bustling noises of the other customers, you ponder how you should bring the topic up. Your hair. Is long, is short, what hair? Is long. Is getting longer? Heh, I wasn't going to say that. She shows you the leaf she plucked out and you hum. Thanks. Suddenly you hear a commotion near the entrance. And we shall be back, my people. Right, just move on already. You're blocking the door. You turn to Vita with a blank look. The both of you start shaking with laughter and join the merry laughter in the cafe. Well, that's a first. Yeah. As that has somewhat melted your worries away, you think it's time to face the music. Hey, Vita. I'm sorry. Eh? I'm saying it on both our behalf so you don't have to go on a long string of sorries, okay? But... Vita shakes her head. Just so that we're on the same page, I lost my cool, and that was not cool. I didn't mean to lash out on you like that. I'm turning this down a little. If only I were more confident. Being nervous and anxious is natural, especially when we're going to be matched against a new opponent team soon. Believe in yourself more, Lyra. I may lose my cool time to time, but I never meant to hurt you. I too didn't mean to annoy you. Whoa, who said you annoy me? You don't annoy me. I love your company, bestie. What's with your dubious stare? Fine, here's a question. Were you annoyed when I arrived late on some occasions? That's not some occasions, and you know it. Ha, you got me. I know I tend to get carried away and lose track of time. Well, I'm not annoyed, but rather disappointed. And? And? Did you think any less of me? No, of course not. That's how you are. The same goes for you, Lyra. We have been together for so long to acknowledge and accept each other's strengths and flaws. You make it sound as if we've been married. Now that's a smile I'm talking about. And we aren't married? I'm hurt, Lyra. The both of you continue to chat till night falls, dismissing the stares from nearby customers with hearty laughter. There's no school or practice today, so you're out in town on a lookout for jobs so you can buy your father a new coat. Vita sent you a text message, wishing you all the best of luck. Okay. So now what do I do? Ooh, I can save. That's nice. And then what do I do? Return? Am I supposed to do something? However, you're out of luck. The part-time jobs you've been checking up were clashing with your school schedule. The sun is starting to set. You decide to take the bus back home instead, since your legs are tired out. You walk towards the bus shop and notice a flyer on one of the stores. Or should you say, a studio. Ascend Studios, looking for a part-time receptionist. If interested, please come in for a walk-in interview. Students are welcome. Starts work immediately. As you ponder whether you should give it a try, a lady in pink glasses waves in front of your face, her profile outlined by twilight. What are you hesitating for? You take a step back. Come in! Before you can spout any protests, she pulls you into the drama studio. You will love it here. Everyone is friendly and you will fit in like a glove. Hey, I haven't decided whether I will join. Good work today, Lon. See you tomorrow. A lean man stands in the hallway awkwardly. He scratches his nape before disappearing. Bye, Priya. You stand in front of the door with the glass nameplate, Margaret's office, beside it. Go ahead and knock. You dragged me in, against my will, and now you're asking me to knock? Knock yourself out. Especially when you haven't performed your usual deep breathing exercise. Good luck. The capricious lady skips away. Your attention shifts back to the door. You muster your courage to knock. Come in. You enter the office and your eyes fall on the jovial woman sitting on the office chair. Welcome to my office. I see our star Capriana has chosen you. Let's find out why fate has brought us together today. Hello, ma'am. I'm Lyra, here regarding the open receptionist role. Ah, please take a seat. The job scope is simple. Receiving and making calls, taking down messages and updating our contact lists. Oh dear me, I forgot. Do you want coffee or tea, dear? Thank you. It's fine, really. Are you perhaps a student, Lyra? Yes. I had noted that you're Wow, I can't talk. I had noted that you're recruiting students. Yes, our schedule is flexible and accommodating. Why don't you take a look? You take a look at the schedules Margaret shows to you. Your face brightens up at the suitable dates and time slots. So, dear, is it what you wanted? Yes, it seems too perfect if I have to be honest. Fate works in the Wow. I'm just gonna trip all over my words tonight. Fate works in mysterious ways. If you're sure, please sign this contract form. You can start working tomorrow. Your eyes fall onto her scarf. It reminds you of an air stewardess's. Is there any uniform? Wear what represents you best, dear. It's rather eye-catching, isn't it? Ah, I meant no disrespect. Here in Ascend Studios, we aim to take flight and rise above the skies. Soar your opportunities? Okay. This is what my scarf represents. Will you soar with us, Lyra? Just like that? Margaret nods. Just like that. Stay on your grounds or yeah, let's soar. Let's go for it. The place is nearby your school and home. Moreover, it emits a healthy working environment. You see no reason to disagree. You sign the contract and nod at her question. Thank you for the opportunity. Yay! Why, hello there. Good work on reaching this point. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves so far. What, you have a question for me? Who are you? Why are you here? I know why you are here? I don't know. Who are you? Who am I? How unfortunate that your ears have not heard of me yet. But time will tell. Patience, Lyra. Anyway, I'm here to brief you to select your protagonist wisely. What, am I playing an RPG action game? Pfft. Maybe I should write a play about that. Oh, but this isn't about me. There is no fighting involved. Is that a sigh of relief or disappointment that I hear? Regardless, the story that is about to unfold would be as engaging as a fight. I hope it's up to your expectations. No, I hope it exceeds your expectations. If it doesn't, then we'll keep polishing our talents. Giving up isn't in our dictionary. Bell? On? Oh, belong. Okay. These set of letters corresponds to certain characters. You have seen them before, no matter how briefly. Oh no, I'm not going to introduce the characters to you. Where's the fun in that? Exploring on your own is more enjoyable. What's your set of letters? I could have figured this out on my... What's your set of letters? Oh dear. Fallen for my charms? Thank you, but I cannot reciprocate your wonderful romantic feelings towards me. Or anyone else's. I hope you understand. He muttered something too quickly, but you decided to let it rest. But I picked up on it, so it's fine. Well, you're equipped with the right knowledge now. My job here is done. I had fun chatting with you. May we meet again, Lyra. He's interesting, I guess. So that's what this is. Am I gonna find me somebody nice to date? Whoa. Who this is? No? So... What? Is that just like the only choice right now? Sure, let's go. Chapter 1, Sticky Situation. You hug your belongings close. Not that you have much of a choice. The other passengers on the bus are glued to one another, and unfortunately you're sandwiched among them. Worst of all, worst of all, your greasy hair sticking grossly to your face. The air conditioner doesn't reach you and sweat continues to trickle down your face. Somebody behind snorts at your hockey stick, annoyed that it's near their face. You grip it tighter, resisting the urge to smack their face with it. Just 2 more stops, you remind yourself as you grit your teeth. You don't normally leave this late. Your hockey practice had overrun. You can still feel the adrenaline pumping from rushing to board the bus. If not for Vita helping with the cleaning duties, you'd surely be late. It's only the 3rd day of work, so making a bad impression is not on your list. You can only hope for the best. Next station, Clover Park. You heave a sigh of relief. At this rate, you will reach the studio with a few minutes to spare. The bus bell rings and the bus goes to a stop. Excuse me. It doesn't seem like anyone else is alighting. The passengers in front of you make no effort to budge and are reluctant to step out just for you. You pave the exit yourself. Lack of brute strength has never been your flaw. Years of hockey practice are not about to disappoint you. But it never prepared you for this. Ouch! Ouch. Your head jerks back and the person behind you groans as well. With a quick twist of your head, you realize your hair is stuck. Stuck onto a stranger's hoodie zipper. Both of you are clearly not amused. The man tries to move his zipper, and your free hand attempts to untangle your hair, but you're making it worse. Adrenaline pumps again. You're going to be stuck in this bus if you don't get out soon. Heaving out a frustrated sigh, you're ready to pull with all your energy. Hey, I'll get off with you, so don't do that. Before you can comprehend what the man said, he ushers you out of the bus. You almost forget to tap your bus card. Jeez. Don't think I don't know what you were trying to do. The look in your eyes was no different from my friend's cat when she's about to hunt. You were planning to yank your hair out, weren't you? Sorry, I was in a panic. I didn't mean to do it. But it's just hair. It'll grow back. What? Don't be ridiculous. Think of the person who'd be stuck with a stranger's hair then. Despite the situation, you don't sense any anger, but only concern in his tone. You purse your lips together and your eyes scan the man's appearance with the convex mirror. He's taller than your father, clad in a maroon tracksuit. He scratches his unkempt hair before continuing to untangle your hair. You have your hockey stick ready in case he tries to do anything funny. There, all untangled now. Thank you. You stroke your hair and turn to face him. Oh. The sunset glows and outline his profile, making him look less intimidating than you thought he would be. It then hits you that this man alighted at this stop for your sake. You dig your bag for the treat you were planning to give your father tonight with regret. You suppress a sigh and hand it to him. He deserves a proper apology after all. Here, this is for you. I hope you like sweets. You shove the muffin onto his palms and he stares at it dumbly. Time is ticking like a bomb and you have no time to waste. Giving him no chance to speak, you spin around and dash off to your destination. Why the long face, Lyra? You managed to reach on time. You sprinted to the studio and all the passers-by there are so many. Alright. All the passers-by dared not block your way, given your bloodshot eyes and dangerously swaying stick. You're glad you didn't hit anyone, though. Capriana is standing in front of your computer. She's finished rehearsing her part a few minutes ago and came to see how you're doing. As thankful as you are with her for helping you get this job, you're trying to focus on your work. Those paperwork won't fill by itself. Oh my, all these typos and stuff. I'm just kinda curious if this will be a good story or not. It's nothing for you to be concerned about. If you say so. Thank you for asking, though. She flashes you her usual wide smile and puts a candy on your counter. A sweet to sweeten your sour look. Oh? Capriana ignores your perplexed look and skips to the practice room. You pick it up and examine the candy. Do you really look that sour? You shake your head and put it down. You run your fingers through your hair. Despite the unfortunate situation, you're glad that the person wasn't mad at you. Other than Capriana, no one else really bothers you. There's little to no visitors and the studio is greatly soundproof. You take one last look around before taking out your homework, making use of the free time. Chapter 2, Ice Cream. Stepping out of the library on a sun-drenched afternoon, a warm gust of air greets you. You raise your laptop bag above your eyes, shielding them from the sun. You tilt your head and eye to the library door, contemplating whether to return to the air-conditioned library. You shake your head. You'd rather have a break from your project members. You sigh as you take out your water bottle and gulp it all down, quenching your thirst. It's not enough. But it just said that you quenched your thirst. Doesn't that mean that it should be enough? As if on cue, you hear a familiar childhood jingle. You turn to the source of the noise. Bingo. An ice cream truck. Your eyes dart to it and your feet move on instinct. Children run past you with their parents in tow. Their giggles sound merrier than the jingles. You reach the truck, but you don't join the queue. Your hand lingers on your wallet as you read the colorful menu. You mumble under your breath that you shouldn't buy it. You don't need it. Hey. You hear another familiar sound. You turn to the source of the voice and find him staring at you. You're that muffin stranger. Huh? Don't call me that. You shoot him an annoyed look. He's still wearing the same hoodie, and the memories of your hair being stuck on its zipper surfaces. You feel a blush coming from embarrassment. So, are you going to order? No, I don't need it. Need? You say with determination and just a twinge of regret. He raises his eyebrows and notices you've been holding onto your wallet. His eyes linger on you before shifting his attention to the ice cream clerk. Hey, mister, 2 chocolate ice creams, please. Here you go. You realize the children in the queue are gone. He pays the clerk and walks over. Say, I will stop calling you that if you take this. Your eyes widen at the ice cream he is holding out for you. What? You gawk at him. You suspect maybe this is a trick. However, he shows no indication of taking it back. For a moment, the only sound you hear are the jingles of the ice cream truck. You can feel sweat slowly forming on your forehead and a lump in your throat. How is this favorable to you? The man holds his gaze and drops it with a sigh. Jeez, just take it. You've been mumbling about buying an ice cream, as if it will make you bankrupt just to get one. It won't, right? No, of course not. You pause and look away, crestfallen. I don't need it. But you do want it, don't you? You stare at him with the corner of your eye and fold your hands, hugging your laptop. It's okay to chill out, you know. It's rude to eavesdrop. After a few seconds of silence, you take the ice cream from his hand. When was the last time you've treated yourself? Or have been treated by someone else? By a mere stranger, no less. Your thumb rubs over the cone's rough texture, and your pinky feels the drip of the cold, melting ice cream. It's real. Many years ago, your father warned you about taking things from strangers. Until now, you still hold that advice to heart. There's always a give or take. Yet you can't find any strings attached to this gift. There you go. Well, I gotta get this to a friend who might die without it. Wait. He stops. You have many burning questions for him. Why did he do it? Why you? And most of all, what's your name? It's Flint. Thank you, Flint. You're welcome. And what's yours? Lyra? See you, Lyra. Flint walks away, your eyes following his back till he fades away from your view. You lick your ice cream, feeling refreshed. Oh my gosh, so many typos and things. And a small smile creeps on your face. It's sweet. You're on your laptop, video calling with your best friend. She's not on the screen, though. Instead, she was busy rolling on the floor with laughter. Vita! You call out and you roll your eyes as her laughter gets louder. I can't believe you! Vita pauses in between, gasping for air. You won't even let me treat you to candy. What's with this mysterious guy's secret? What's this mysterious guy's secret? I'm not a kid, Vita. She's on the screen now, grinning. What? So, how does it feel? To be humiliated? Bah, I'm sure you enjoyed it. Don't lie. Next time you should treat him. There won't be a next time. Right. Chill. You quickly change the topic, and eventually Vita logs off to do some errands. You lean back on your chair, with Vita's words lingering on your mind. As much as you don't want to admit it, you did enjoy the ice cream. You're not sure if you would want to get used to it, though. Especially not relying on strangers for it. Maybe the key is to not overthink it. Lyra, are you alright? I'm fine, just trying to relax. You don't realize you're frowning until you face your father at your door. You feel your muscles softening under his worried gaze. That surprisingly looks stressful, Lyra. Don't worry about it. You give an awkward smile and pretend like that didn't ever happen. Storm. Your shift ends early today and the sky treats you with a beautiful view of a sunset. Normally you'd be rushing to the bus stop, but you're trying to take it easy. You're strolling in the park. Vita would never believe it unless she sees you with her own eyes. You used to envy those who can take their time, living a carefree life. One that you could only dream of having. Time equals money, after all. It's an odd feeling. Odd, but not unwelcome. It's not so bad to smell the roses. However, there's a storm brewing up. Well, sorry if I'm just wasting your time. Flint hangs up his call, stomping on the spot. He snatches a sketchbook and flings it away to your direction. He doesn't seem to see you, as he's being too engulfed by his rage. You jog towards the discarded sketchbook. A gust flips the pages rapidly, as if threatening to rip them apart. As the pages flip, you see sketches that intrigue you. You pick it up and your jaw nearly drops. The sketches are impressive, intricate details of buildings and landscapes on every page. From pencil sketches of the hallways to colorful oil paintings of auditoriums. It feels as if you're there as an audience. You can't stop flipping, admiring even the beauty of the works in progress. You close the sketchbook and find a name on the cover. Flint Redwood. Inhaling deeply, you prepare yourself for the storm. He mulls over whether to kick the vending machine beside him, dragging his shoes back and forth. He settles with a loud groan and flops down to the picnic bench. His fingers dig into his hair while his arms prop on his knees. The gust tousles his hair. You loom over him and he notices your shadow. His head jerks up and his eyes are stormy, but you don't look away. Flint. Go away. I'm not in the mood to talk. You flinch from his brisk tone. Something flickers in his eyes that you can't catch. He breaks the eye contact first, and stares absent-mindedly at his shoes. Stay. It upsets you to see him like this. You purse your lips together and try to find words of comfort. Nothing comes to mind. Your eyes dart around and land on the vending machine. That could work. 2 cans of apple juice clank out. You take both cans and press one on his cheek. Cold. His whole body jerks up and confusion colors his face. What? Say, I'll go if you finish this. A smirk creeps on your face. Also, keep your belongings properly. It's rude to litter no matter how pretty the item is. Lyra. He holds the drink and a sketchbook carefully, and gestures you to sit beside him. He opens the can and takes a sip. You open yours too, and drink slowly. It was my uncle. He was complaining about my designs. He never seemed to approve anything I do, yet he's always so eager to praise his own son. His son, who can't even read maps correctly and gets them upside down most of the time. He runs his hands over his left shoulder, flinching at the touch. I'm sorry I got carried away. I'm sorry to hear that. Your uncle sounds like he's unfairly harsh on you. I've actually seen your work earlier, and it's spectacular. I hope I'm not overstepping my boundaries here. If If it was anyone else, I would just brush off the compliment. Thank you. He cracks a smile and you find it contagious. He runs his hands over his sketchbook's cover gently. Your chest feels warm upon seeing that Flint has stopped fretting. He gulps down his drink and tilts the can upside down. Not a single drop left. Well, you're free to go now. See you, Lyra. Lyra, there's someone I'd like you to meet. You look up from your desk and straighten your back. Margaret gestures to the person beside her. Before you could greet him with your usual welcoming smile, he launches his upper body onto the counter with a sly grin. Suddenly, you feel like calling the security. I'm sure you know why I'm personally introducing him to you. You might throw him out otherwise. Aw, surely that won't happen again. Are you testing every receptionist we get? Again? Your eye twitches slightly. This is William. As unbelievable as it may seem, he's our scriptwriter. Oh, and also my nephew. William props himself up on his elbow, pouting at Margaret's introduction. Come on, my dear aunt. Surely you could introduce me in a more profound manner. I don't see a way. Even though I found someone to do the props for you? Margaret widens her eyes, and light bulbs seem to appear in her eyes. That's right, Lyra. Please be informed that the props master will be coming tomorrow. Will, dear, ensure he wears the crew pass. Come now, I left it in my bag. Margaret turns her heels towards her office, snapping her fingers for William to follow. William tips his hat up and waves at you before catching up with his aunt. You shake your head as you jot the information down in your notebook. Chapter 4. Concern. You are on your dinner break. The studio has been busier with the play coming in a month's time, giving you hardly any chance to breathe. You head your way to the pantry, but a conversation catches your interest. Ugh, Will. Last night's marathon of robot movies gave me nightmares that they've destroyed mankind. Come on, Lynn. You got to admit that's a pretty cool dream to have. No offense, but seeing all the buildings collapsing is totally a disaster. You look inside, seeing many varieties of props in vibrant pop of colors. Flint is among them with his bright red hoodie, painting a cardboard cutout of a bush green. You didn't expect him to be the props master mentioned. William beside him, going on about how robots will take over the world someday. It's been a few days since William came to the studio. He's so dramatic, even more his aunt, that you begin to think you will ever understand him. Your attention swifts back to Flint. Or, I feel like it should be shifts. He stands up and grabs one of the props. A huge crockery stack of teacups and pots. Like, just straight up weed. Not even, like, pots and pans, just pots. Something about that looks odd. That doesn't suit you. You don't realize you have said it out loud until he tilts his head. You don't have to tell me that. Smiles creep on both your faces. You can hear the playfulness in his tone. You walk closer to inspect the crockery. It's well made. That, you can tell me more. He comically puts his hand to his ear, waiting for more. You nudge his shoulders and shake your head. You're not here to shower anyone with compliments. Actually, you're not sure why you're here at all. Hey, what happened to your cheek? Flint's question snaps you back to reality. Oh, he asked, whoops. You touch your cheek and stroke the bandage. I fell down during practice. Practice? You mean hockey? Yeah, well, it'll heal in a few days. Jeez, be more careful. I bet you didn't even notice you have a cut when you fell. I did notice it, though my friend was more worried about it than me. Don't be too reckless. Your friend must be a fierce one to rival your stubbornness. Well, him. But I'm glad that he's your friend. We get to meet each other again because of him. Huh? His ears turn red and you can feel yours burning too. You recall what you've just said. every word echoing loudly in your mind. How embarrassing. I'm going to get my dinner before my break ends. He hums, and you stride to the door. Your heart is jackhammering, and you feel it's going to explode if you don't leave the room soon. Wait, Lyra. You freeze and turn slowly towards him. I'm glad to see you again, too. You try to imitate William's small wave, but it's more awkward and unnatural. However, you seem to imitate his wide grin perfectly. It's the final week for preparations. The props are almost done, and William is watching the actors and actresses doing their final rehearsal for the day. You were asked to stay behind to help out. You don't really mind since you're getting paid for overtime and you're already done with your homework. Muffin stranger. What do you think is the theme of our play? Don't call me that. Lynn may have made not to call you that, but I didn't. You're caught off guard by both the nickname and his question. William shrugs and looks back at the play while you stare at the colorful props, hoping they will give you some insight. You remember that Alice in Wonderland is about a girl daydreaming. Maybe that is the theme? I suppose the theme is dream? He simply hums, and before you could ask him for the answer, the rehearsal has ended, and you have to help move the props to the lorry? Should that be lobby? I don't even know what this is anymore. Chapter 5, Dreams. Tomorrow's the night. The props are in their places, standing strong under the spotlights. The school... You should have expected an abrupt question from him. You ponder for a moment. I think so. So do I, and I'm currently living it. And I thank you for your contributions. I'm thankful to be surrounded by people like you. He smiles. You don't think you did anything special as compared to the rest. Your eyes fall on the props. I think Flint did the most, doing all those props in a month's time by himself. Contributions, no matter how small, are appreciated. Indeed, Lynn has always been a great help. You two seem like close friends. Ha! We knew each other since secondary school. Even though we walked different paths in the end, we still keep in touch. It doesn't strike me that the both of you would get along at first. Funny how many people keep saying that. But it's true. Despite being in the same class, it took us months later to get acquainted. There were pieces of paper balls on the floor around Lynn's desk. Everyone else had already left the classroom except the both of us. I unrolled one ball, expecting awkward-looking proportions of people, but I didn't. In fact, there weren't any people at all. His drawing was a magnificent piece of work despite the crumbles. You could see the details of the bricks from the roof to the twigs on the ground. A cozy cottage right out of a tourist attraction pamphlet. It was simply picturesque. I unrolled the rest of the paper balls, finding the same cottage in different angles. I gathered them all and held them out to him. These are all great. Thanks. But where are the people? The task was to draw the theme family. I can only remember how my house looked like. I can't remember how my parents looked like anymore. My parents aren't home too. They're traveling actors, always busy with the show. That's why I dreamed to be a scriptwriter. I will write a piece so good they will play it here and I will see them again. We don't even have a theater here or anywhere near our town. That's true. What if I make one here? Efforts, no matter how small, will always be rewarding. The stage may be small, but it's a stepping stone for the both of us. You aren't sure what to say as you're still trying to absorb it. William stands up upon hearing the approaching sound of jingling keys. Hey Will, are you ready to go? Give me a moment. I need to go to the washroom. Could you keep Lyra company in the meantime? Flint enters the hall, car keys in his hand. He shrugs as William walks past him. Hey. Hello. What were you two talking about? About dreams. Huh? Did you have a weird dream or something? Staying up watching movies with Will always gives me weird dreams. Not those, but your dream to create a theater for William. He stops talking. His mouth parts for a second. Will did? I think it's amazing. Meanwhile, I'm not sure what I'm really striving for. Like, what's the big thing in my life? My calling? I don't know. And I'm afraid I'm just being a burden. And who would think you're a burden? No. Who do you fear the most of being a burden to? My father. I don't know your father, but I can tell you you're not a burden. I'm sure he thinks so too. Anyone who is doing their best to not disappoint someone they care about is a good person. And even if you mess up, you pick yourself up. Bouncing up from the failures is even more impressive. Thank you. Thank me after I drop you off to your house. Come. Chapter 6, Past and Future. The show is a success. Margaret treats the whole studio at a nearby family restaurant. Everyone fits in with their semi-casual outfits. It's different from how your hockey team usually celebrates. For one, it's not a steakhouse. Over here, Lyra. William has invited you to join his table, winking as you come over. Margaret and Flint smile at you. You return them as you sit down beside Margaret. She stands with a glass and spoon in hand, clinking them and grabbing the attention of the studio. She gives a heartwarming speech on the great performance and appreciating all the work and effort everyone has put in. She gives extra credit to the lead actress, Capriana, who humbly accepts it. Margaret also gives you a special shout-out, informing everyone that today is your last day flying with them. You stand up. You fidget for a while before bowing and humbly thanking everyone for all their kind help. You wish the studio all the best, sitting down shyly from the applause. Margaret smacks William's head lightly as he jokes about ordering the whole menu off. You order a simple meal of fish and chips, which Margaret shakes her head at. I shake my head at it too. I don't like fish and chips. While you are not looking, she puts William's side dishes on your plate. She feels for you, floundering in your surprise as she refills your water and catches your eye. The food here is simply magical, Lyra. You laugh as William complains the magic isn't working well for him. You spot food appearing at the corner of your eye again. Margaret, I appreciate your intent, but... It isn't Margaret. It's Flint, trying to drop a piece of chicken wing on your plate. He doesn't even stop when you notice what he's doing. You need to eat more. Lyra, if you would be a dear, please return the lost wing back to its place. There is no lost and found here. Finders keepers, am I right, Lyra? Oh dear aunt, you hurt me so. A few months back, you would have told anyone off for giving you food. After all, you can get them yourself perfectly fine. Instead, you smile genuinely, thanking them for the food. It's a nice feeling to feel like you belong here. My dear nephew, what are your plans? Plans. You stop chewing your food and stare blankly at William. The thought of William leaving should be expected. What the heck? I don't even know what that's supposed to say. I'm wheelerying off Tom Morrow. Wow. Tomorrow. Please finish your food first before speaking, or I will help clear it. Oh, that's why. That makes more sense. Well, discomfort swirls in your chest. If William is leaving, Flint might be going to follow him. How about you, Flint? Hey, are you okay? He doesn't answer Margaret, his eyes focusing on you. Dear me. Lyra, you should head to the washroom at once. Flint? You don't have to ask. Despite eating lots, you don't have the energy to fight back. Your arm is over Flint's shoulder as he guides you to the washroom. I'm sorry. What? It's because I gave you too much food. No. You cover your mouth, fearing you may speak anything unnecessary in this state of mind. You wash your face, staring at your reflection in the mirror. It certainly isn't the food. Flint is outside waiting for you. He's so close, yet so far. You want to go home. The moment you step out of the washroom, you feel Flint is ready to bounce on you. He's been fidgety, worried you might have fainted inside. Out of the blue, your phone vibrates and a name is on your phone screen. Your father is calling you. You pick up, reassuring your father that you're fine and on your way home. Margaret has informed him that you're feeling unwell. He prays for you before you both say your goodbyes. Your father seems like a nice person. Yes, he's the best adoptive father I could ever ask for. From the corner of your eye, you could see Flint's eyes widen. You feel Flint has the right to know, since you knew about the situation with his parents. The car stops at a zebra crossing, letting the pedestrians cross. I can't talk. There are two adults and a girl between them. She runs forward cheerfully, not realizing a dent in the ground, and falls. The two adults run over to the child with concern. One of them strokes her back as she cries out. The other seems to propose something, and soon they are both holding her hands side by side. The girl's smile is back, giggling as she skips. The parents nod apologetically to Flint for the delay. Do you ever wonder how life would be if your parents are around? He drives on, and you don't miss the sadness laced in his tone. You finally look at him properly. He looks distraught, and you wonder if he's asking you or himself. I used to hope they might appear in my life again, apologizing and asking for forgiveness, and that I would just smile with tears in my eyes and forgive them in a heartbeat. But I know I shouldn't drown myself in these what-if thoughts, but should live in the present with whoever I have. That is what I managed to learn thanks to my father. He really is a great person. Flint cracks a smile, fragile at the corners. He taps his fingers impatiently on the steering wheel and clutches it. My parents left me without any explanation, leaving me with my uncle. All I remember was the two of them going off on a motorcycle. I wanted to get back at them for abandoning me, to regret leaving me behind. I want to make a name for myself so they will know. His voice is breaking. His eyes are turning misty and the car lurches to a stop at the side of the road. He is breathing heavily, close to hyperventilating. Sorry, I can't drive like this. Give me a moment. You unfasten your seatbelt and give him a hug. Your belongings fall off with a thud, but you pay no attention to them. You hug Flint with all your might, fearing he's going to break apart if you let go. You stroke his back gently as he rests his head on your shoulder. You feel his heavy breaths and his tears dampen your shoulder. I'm sorry. You understand his pain. You may not know your real parents, but at least your adoptive father is there for you. But the never-ending wish to see your real parents haunts you. You curl your hands into fists, angry at the irresponsible people, angry at the world for letting them be. It's their loss for letting you go. You're wonderful to be around with, every second of it, and they don't deserve it. You spend some time comforting Flint, ignoring the buzzes of your phone and the beeps of the GPS. You've reached your destination. Flint stands outside his car, watching your back. You walk towards your gate with heavy steps. This might be the last chance you would ever see Flint from work. You may never get to work with him again. You turn around desperately and run towards him. His eyes are still red, but he's no longer rubbing it. Are you available this Thursday? I think we could work well together. Your opinions will surely help me pick a good coat for my father. Will you come with me? I'll go. He says it without a second thought. I'll go with you. Chapter 7. Shopping. The first time he's a free dinner, I'm in. Got it. Any allergies we should know? My uncle. Not a day has passed without a text from Flint. You stifle a giggle. You never know how lame Flint was until you see his jokes. It doesn't stop there. You hear it too. Say, what if Bigfoot is someone's fursuit? Like they're walking around in it in the forest one day, but is ashamed to reveal the truth. Lyra? Flint, stop calling me at 2 a.m. Go to sleep. You begin to wonder if giving him your number was the worst idea. You wake up every morning looking forward to his recordings. You play them, grinning ear to ear endlessly. His messages are simple good mornings, yet so much joy from them. You don't mind replacing your alarm clock with his voice. One time you think you heard his uncle in the background, yelling at him to wipe his grin off. Flint immediately sends a picture of himself eye-rolling with his uncle's back behind. You smile fondly. You're glad he enjoys chatting with you too. Your gaze lingers longer than expected on his face, finding him pretty nice to look at. Your father mirrors your smile, deciding he shall be cooking goulash for the special night. He only asks that you keep it a secret. The long-awaited day has arrived. You're thankful that you only have a 3-hour class in the morning. Vita comes to you, asking if you could help her with training. You apologize, telling her your appointment, which she doesn't take to heart. Instead, she's grinning, patting your back repeatedly while chanting she understands. I'm telling you, it's totally fate! What? Don't play dum-dum with me now. Well, I don't want to spoil the fun. Enjoy! And she leaves you dumbfounded. You make your way outside, simply brushing Vita's words. You don't have the time to mull over it anyway. You wait at the taxi stand, hearing his recorded note that he's on his way. Your eyes dart from car to car, eagerly searching for the familiar ocean blue vehicle. It doesn't take long before you spot it. His car stops beside you and he slides his car window down, revealing him wearing a pair of shades. The two of you grin at each other. Hey, get in. Once inside, you restrain yourself from eye-rolling at the new Bigfoot bobblehead beside the alien and telling Flint to wipe his smug look off his face. He wastes no time to put the first destination you have in mind on the GPS, starting with the nearest. You sent him the names of the 7 malls you've researched on, which helped Flint narrow down to 3. You're glad, since it's more efficient this way. The sleeves are too thin. It's a great advantage that Flint's shirt size is identical to your father's. Flint steps out of the fitting room. You shake your head, giving him the next coat from the mountain pile on your seat to try. It fits, but it's mostly polyester. Try this one. This isn't a winter coat in the first place, it's a normal coat. But it seems warm. Nope. This one then. No pockets? Didn't know you dislike your father, Lyra. He nudges your shoulder playfully, and you nudge him back. Fun wasn't in the agenda, but you're glad that it is now. Flint goes back in, trying out another one. You stroke the fur coat that he returned to you. If Flint didn't come, you think you might not have had as much fun. He comes out with his oversized duffel coat, and you laugh at how weird it is on him. He strikes silly poses, and you laugh harder, managing to tell him to stop in between your giggles. Excuse me, would your boyfriend like to try this on? The shopkeeper holds out a mid-length khaki trench coat. The color looks natural and the sleeves look wide enough. She's right, it would look good on Flint. You take the coat and thank the lady. As if the sound of her heels clicking knocked some sense into you, you recall her words. Wait, boyfriend? Sorry, You swirl frantically to Flint, ready to apologize. You hope you didn't scare him off out of embarrassment. He simply ruffles your hair. It's fine. It's for your father, right? He takes the coat and you don't realize his ears turning red as yours when he went into the changing room. Let's take a rest. Thanks. I'm gonna go to the washroom. He shoots you a grateful smile, heading to the washroom as you sit on the vacant sofa in the mall. You haven't bought anything yet, and are hoping the next 2 malls will give you the answer you're looking for. Moreover, your mind is still lingering on the khaki trench coat, especially on the shopkeeper's words. Boyfriend. You take out your water bottle from your bag, gulping it down quickly. You never give a second thought on what Flint is to you, or rather never really try to understand too. His presence is as comforting as your father and Vita, but there's something different. For starters, he's on your mind a lot, and as embarrassing as it sounds, you wish you could get close to him. You're glad that he's not trying to fly off with William, that he's still here, but that's not enough. You wish to see him every day, to be there for him. You want to hold his hand and squish his cheeks, telling him he's wonderful. And most of all, it makes you thrilled to address Flint as your boyfriend. Why? Oh. Oh. You're in love with Flint. Your heart almost bursts at the thought of Flint calling you his significant other. You jump from your seat, circling around the same spot. What? When? How? But does he feel the same way? Okay, let's handle this calmly. Lyra, are you okay? I left something in the shop. Oh, let's get it then. No! What? I mean, you stay here. I'll get it myself. I'll be quick. Don't follow me. So much for being calm. You bolt out, dialing Vita at the speed of light. Vita would know what to do. You duck at a corner. Lyra? Vita, I have an emergency. Calm down, Lyra. I can barely hear what you're saying. How can you tell if someone likes you? You hear a burst of laughter from your phone. Your face turns redder. Vita, this is serious. Yes, seriously, it took you so long. What? Was I so obvious? What should I do? It is simple. Just tell him and he will tell you his answer. What? Just like that? No plans, strategies, or tips? This isn't hockey. Sometimes you just gotta wing it, Lyra. We may not be in the same playing field, but know I'm rooting for you. Believe in yourself. You're having a hard time focusing on the task at hand. Ironically, you keep staring at his hand and Flint keeps grabbing your attention, his forehead lined with worry. You can't maintain eye contact with him for more than a few seconds. The both of you manage to find a coat suitable for your father, at least. There's still time before dinner, so the two of you stop at Clover Park at your request. Flint trails behind you, his face still full of worry. You take a seat on the picnic bench and gesture him to sit beside you. Flint breaks the silence first. Did I upset you? No. Sorry, I was out of it. It's because I just realized something. Something important. He waits for you to continue. You gulp and hand him a parcel. But first, this is for you. Open it. He opens his mouth and closes it immediately. He unwraps it carefully, finding the khaki trench coat inside. I know it's strange when I didn't even treat myself for an ice cream, yet I'm treating you a coat. Please listen. When the shopkeeper handed me this, I wasn't thinking of my father. I was thinking of you. That it'll look good on you. And that's not all. I've been thinking about you a lot. Like, you're always on my mind. I was glad you're not flying away like William. I want you here. I want to be by your side. Lyra. You finally look at him in the eye. His face is as crimson as yours, but he doesn't shy away. He leans forward, placing a hand on your shoulder. You close your eyes. His lips, warm and soft, rest on yours. It feels like an eternity, and you forget how to breathe, gasping for air when he lets go. He rests his forehead on yours and chuckles. I like you too, Lyra. It feels like nothing you expected, nothing you could have prepared for. Your eyes are misty and you press your hand onto your chest tightly. It feels like your heart might jump out at any moment. He squeezes both your hands and you let him, letting his rough but gentle hands warm up yours. After all, he has your heart in his hands now. The both of you arrive at dinner, fingers intertwined. As you introduced Flint to your father, the word boyfriend rolls awkwardly in your tongue, but you manage to say it out without shrinking away. Your father offers a wide smile and extends his hand out to Flint fondly, welcoming him in the same hospitality that he extends to his parishioner. Flint, will you help me set up the plates? Of course, sir. Haha, you may address me as Lewis instead. Your father goes into the kitchen with Flint and his gift, 2 bottles of sparkling wine, while you head to your room to freshen up. Once in your room, you turn on your phone screen. Your eye and mouth twitch from the 100 spam notifications, and it's all from Vita. Vita! Lyra! Vita, I told him. OMG, how did it go? Tell me quick! Quick! Stop spamming! Quick! Hurry! You chuckle as you deliberately type slowly. You're killing me, Lyra. Is this how you testy? Rude! He said, yes, yes? Hurry. Lyra? Oh no. I'm so sorry, Lyra. Yes. I give you the permission to hug me all day next week. Wait, you tricked me. You tricked yourself. I'm proud of you, Lyra. Yes. Why are you still talking to me? Talk to him. Hurry. He's in the kitchen with Father. What? Lyra, you're too fast for me now. Making marriage plans already? What? We had dinner plans, remember? What else can it be? We don't have marriage plans when you come over for dinner. Oh, you didn't tell me you want to. Stop trying to confuse me. Lyra, get out there and have the best dinner. Don't choke from the awkwardness. Lyra, take a seat. Sorry for the wait. Let me serve. You take the seat next to Flint, grabbing the handle of the soup spoon and pour goulash into their bowls. Afterwards, Flint pours the sparkling wine into the glasses steadily. You give Flint reassuring smiles when he almost drops the bottle cap. How old are they? Your father reads out the usual dinner grace and proceeds to tell the two of you to dig in. It's delicious, Lewis. Haha, thank you, Flint. Do you cook as well? A bit. I've been learning on my own since no one cooks at my house and there's a limited space in utensils. I can't talk. I can't do this. That's nice. I can give you the recipe if you want. Goulash is a simple meal to cook, and it's easy to clean up afterwards. I don't mind if you come here to try it out. Thank you, Lewis. That's very kind of you. A cozy feeling warms your chest to see the two of the important people in your life getting along. Then your father directs his attention to you, asking harmless questions as he checks on your preparation for your upcoming exams and hockey tournaments. Flint gives your hand an encouraging squeeze underneath the table before you reassure your father. What do you do, Flint? What do you... What do you, Flint? I'm in an architecture line, though usually I'm doing odd jobs like carpentry. Ah, yes, Lyra has told me that you're gifted with your drawings. I'm happy to hear you're putting your skills to use, Flint. You nod at Father's words. Flint cracks a smile and scratches his head nervously, clearly not used to compliments. Your father refills everyone's soup bowl, and the rest of the dinner went on smoothly with light-hearted topics. Thank you for inviting me over, Lyra. It was nice. You're welcome. You're walking him to his car, your fingers still intertwined with his. The day went by so quickly, you mused. Flint swings his hand and smiles sweetly at you. You can see your reflection in his eyes, also mirroring his goofy smile. Standing beside his car, Flint reluctantly releases your hand and clears his throat. He doesn't get into his car, however. Lyra, will you be available next Saturday? He reveals 2 tickets from his back pocket and you take one of them. It's a theater ticket. You nod sheepishly, reminding yourself to reschedule your studying at a different time slot and give him a peck on his cheek. You didn't think Flint's grin could go any wider, but it does. Chapter 8, Small Local Theater. Alright. So, I'm totally gonna look up how many endings I can get on this, and how many chapters there are. This is going for a while longer than I expected it to. If my computer decides to load. Let's see. Belong, endings, and chapters. Oh my. I don't even know. What the heck is this? Belong by click. Yeah, I'm not finding anything for it. I guess I should save. Save right here. Yes. I'm kinda curious. Wait. About? Alright, anyway. I am gonna go back to the main menu. Because I saved my progress. Oh, I thought that might do something else, but it didn't. Huh? Preferences. Music volume. Ah, I should have done this forever ago. It's been way too loud this entire time. Man, how long is this? Is what I'm wondering. It still says that I have one person watching. Are you there? Question mark. I'm thinking that maybe I'll take a break for a while and come back to this. Because it's been a lot of reading for over an hour. And I haven't had any interaction in chat. Which makes things a lot more fun. Well, yeah, I guess I'll take a break. And so hopefully I'll be back with Belong later tonight, tomorrow, who knows. Well, bye for now.